Welcome into episode 12 of Breaker Banter. We've got a lot in store for you today, including Cole Crowder. He's got a great interview we're excited to share with you. Excited to talk to Cole, of course, scoring his first professional goal last weekend in the 9-5 loss to the Monroe Moccasins. But the Breakers, some new changes, of course, starting with the social media. So social media, if you search Biloxi Breakers Pro Hockey on Facebook or Instagram, you will find our new accounts. It's the official accounts of the Breakers. We got some new and exciting content for you on there. Check it all out, of course. Congratulations to Declan Conway, scoring the first goal in Breakers franchise history. So he got the first mark to tie it at 1. Of course, the game ultimately ended in a 9-5 loss, but a great game nonetheless. The Breakers were down 5-1 at one point, but brought it all the way back, trailed 6-5, and then unfortunately Monroe pulled away late. But a great hockey game nonetheless, and we're looking forward to 11 more matchups between those two squads. It's going to be an absolute blast this season. In other news, of course, our home opening weekend, October 31st and November 1st at the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. October 31st, we will have sort of a Halloween night, so feel free to wear your costumes. We'll be handing out candy. There will be people around the concourse looking, might even have a contest, a lot of surprises in store. Lainey Forehand's working really hard on her game day events out in the Biloxi Breakers office. But so many exciting things. Remember, follow our new social medias, and now let's get right into Cole Crowder.
Coastal Prints is a brand new business on the coast specializing in screen printing, embroidery, and promotional items. Being local and with 30 plus years of experience, Coastal Prints carries all the hottest clothing brands and thousands of promotional items. Uniforms, workwear, hats, drinkware, coolers, tchotchkes, and much more. Coastal Prints will make your brand and logo stand out. Come see the new showroom on Seaway Road in Gulfport, or visit coastalprints.com or call 228-COASTAL.
Welcome into episode 12 of Breaker Banter. My name's Devin Dobek. I'm joined by a Breakers forward, Cole Crowder. Cole, thanks so much for joining me on the show here today.
Yeah, of course, anytime.
So we're going to be getting a lot into Cole's hockey journey throughout the show today, but first and foremost, Cole, growing up in Sudbury, Ontario, growing up in Canada, what was it like learning the game of hockey in the country of hockey?
My biggest thing I'd say was getting out to the outdoor rinks. I got two older brothers, so just going out with them and all their buddies, having fun. We'd be out there for hours till we got picked up, and yeah, maybe a little bit of hot chocolate, and just enjoy the cool air of Ontario.
I'm sure you're reliving some Game 7s or envisioning maybe one day you'd be playing there. I'm sure a lot of that on the pond. You make some really great memories there. But were there any players that you looked up to early on growing up?
Weird player, I would say, maybe not, but Martin Brodeur was like by far my favorite player growing up as a young guy. I just had an obsession with him. I wanted to be a goalie for a bit when I was young, and my dad kind of said, every time you're in the net, you end up at the red line, so maybe goalie isn't the position for you. So, and then after that, now I would say I'm a Tage Thompson and the Tkachuk brothers. Those are my guys right now.
Yeah, those are great guys to model your game after as well. But let's talk a little bit more about your father, Troy, for a little bit. Of course, he had a bit of a pro career, and it must have been pretty cool getting the opportunity to grow up around the rink with him. Take us through some of those memories.
Yeah, so I mean, he finished his career and then had my oldest brother, Bray. So I didn't get to partake in any NHL activities as a youngin', but still got to go to some awesome events, charity events. Probably one of my greatest memories as a kid, the 2012 NHL All-Star Game. I got to see Drake perform. So as a young kid, getting to see that was an awesome experience. Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine you got some pretty cool opportunities. But what kind of influence did your father have on your willingness to play the game? Of course, he steered you away from playing goalie, but I'm sure that he must have given you a bunch of tidbits along the way that have helped shape your game.
Yeah, my dad's a very easygoing guy, just like me. Never forced nothing on me. Loves that I play the game. And,
ironic, because he was an enforcer for a time in the NHL. But.
Yeah, exactly. But no, he all through my childhood, just wanted me to play as many sports as possible. Played some rep baseball, some rep volleyball, lacrosse. any other school sport. So he of course, led me in the right way, right direction. But that was one thing. He never forced nothing on me. Like, hockey, hockey, hockey. He always thought playing all the other sports is awesome. He played football as well in high school, and so did I. So yeah, my biggest thing with him now and getting into my pro career is he just gives me the right advice, and it's nice to have someone like that in your corner for sure.
Oh, absolutely. I can imagine that must have been incredible for you. And even the fact that, he was nice enough to let it be an organic journey for you in hockey. He didn't exactly just make you go right through his shadow. You kind of found your own way. And now here you are playing in the pros. But let's continue on about your career, Cole. So, of course, you end up playing in your hometown of Sudbury, Ontario for the Greater Sudbury Cubs of the NOJHL. What was it like literally playing for a team in your hometown?
Yeah, it was pretty sweet. I got the opportunity to play with the Sudbury Wolves just before that too, which was awesome. But yeah, just to play in my hometown was amazing. I got to live at home with my grandmother, living on the golf course, so a pretty good spot there. And then yeah, just meeting new guys through hockey, guys from in town, guys from out of town. It was a lot of fun. And then I actually got to play my first round of playoffs in my second season, my 20-year-old season, in my hometown barn where I learned how to skate. So that was pretty awesome. Anytime my name was called, the place was roaring. So that was also a super awesome experience.
Yeah, I love hearing stories like that, and I'll provide one of my own. But my first game that I ever called on a stage where people outside of locals would be listening to it was the same arena that I'd gone into growing up my entire life. It was the Mass Mutual Center in Springfield, Mass. Went to all the Springfield Falcons games. Now they're the Thunderbirds. But then I called my first hockey game. It was UMass versus AIC there. So moments when the world comes full circle, especially in sports, is just the absolute best. You can't make some of it up. It's just poetry.
No, 100%.
But then moving on, Cole, so you finish up in Sudbury and you go to Salt College to play in the ACHA Division II level for a season. How did you experience school and hockey together, sort of in that one environment for a season?
Yeah, I would say it is pronounced Sioux College, but yeah, it was good. I did play just the 1 year. It was a cool experience because it was college courses, so it was a lot of hands-on stuff. So I ended up taking a forestry technician, so learning a lot about trees and the outdoors, and I ended up taking a course. It was called the SP100, which is your forest firefighting certificate. So I took that, and I ended up doing that for a summer. So that was probably my coolest thing I could say that happened at Sioux College.
I mean, I'm going to go off script a little bit here. I got to hear about some of the fires you were putting out. So
Okay.
You're going all over the world, and I mean, well, not the world, but probably North America.
Yeah. So I was lucky enough to get on in Sudbury, so I got to stay at home, which was like a big thing. Didn't have to worry about rent, so I was still with Nana Crowder. And yeah, most of my fires were just in Sudbury, just a couple. It wasn't a hot summer, so it wasn't anything crazy. But then I ended up getting a trip over to BC, and wow, yeah. To see like some massive forest fires and just acres and acres of burning wood, it's pretty insane. I got one cool, kind of crazy story. So when we were there, we were told, me and another guy, hey, can you just head up the line and go check it out? There's some smokes, like see what's happening. I'm like, yeah, for sure, go up there. Next thing you know, this whole entire hill is coming at me, burning in flames. I got no water. Our walkie-talkies aren't working.
You got no water and you're walking into a furnace.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Like
it was terrible. And so we're trying our walkie-talkies. They're not working up there.
Oh, boy.
I tell the other guy, like, just run down there. Go find somebody. We like somehow disconnect this hose. I got water. There's no tip on it, so it's just free flood. I'm trying to put this thing out. Next thing you know, like 30 people run up this hill. We're just taking this fire out. It was intense. That's the adrenaline we look for.
Yeah, adrenaline's probably the right word. Do you ever see any parallels, I guess, fighting fires that you get on the ice, maybe in a bit of an emotional moment when tensions are rising, blood's boiling, stuff like that?
Yeah, I would say I would try and compare it to a fight, but that's also a whole other breed. But definitely that high intensity kind of factor to it. Yeah, it's just like a rush, like especially in that moment where it's like it wasn't quite life or death, but it was a moment of like, you got to do something here or something bad could happen. So yeah, no, definitely similar, but not quite. Yeah.
Well, back to hockey now. Let's talk about your first professional season, which of course was last year.
Yeah.
So you enter with the Worcester Railers, of course. You're going up. I mean, that's AA hockey. That's NHL affiliated with the New York Islanders. So you got 5 games with them right out of your college career. Just take us through that experience playing on a big stage.
Yeah, it was actually amazing. I mean, just getting the opportunity to even go try out there and just to see what it was all about, and like, you know, every kid has a goal to make it to the highest level, and I felt like I was one step closer. And no, just to get the opportunity, just to see their regimen, their schedule, how pro it is. You know, it's as pro as it gets, except for, you know, 2 higher levels or whatever. But no, it was amazing. Just from the workouts, the cool downs, the meals, where you're staying, the rink, the fans. It was a whirlwind coming from ACHA Division II to the East Coast, that's for sure. Yeah.
I can imagine, but must have been pretty cool, and of course something to want to chase again and try and get back there. But then after your time in Worcester, you go to the SPHL, you play for the Peoria Rivermen and the Quad City Storm, so a little experience in the SB. How would you, in your early on experience, relate the SB to the Fed as far as the hockey goes?
I mean, for what I've seen, we've only played the 1 game, but that was a top team in this league, Monroe. So definitely a little bit different. Still good skill. I would say there's maybe a couple extra skill guys in the SB, but still very similar hockey. Both good. It was nice to see a big crowd get back into that in Monroe, so that was nice to see. But no, I would say still pretty similar. Yeah,
talk us through that environment. We're going to talk about the Monroe game for a little bit, but of course you scored your first professional goal, so congratulations. Hope you still got that puck and are hanging on to it.
Yeah.
But what was it like playing in front of 5,000 people in Monroe on the road? And it was a bit of a bloodbath, especially in period 1.
Yeah, great first game to get the legs going, and yeah, it's always nice to have the fans there. I kind of zone them out, but it's still fun to look around, and you know, the Snakes was pretty funny, chucking those on after their first goal and stuff. But no, it was a good game. You know, lot to build off of for our team. But no, like you said, like just in a cool barn, 5,000 fans. Definitely an awesome first federal game for me, for sure.
And Biloxi can hold up to 9,000 fans. It is the biggest barn in the FPHL. We're looking to fill it. Opening weekends October 31st and November 1st against those Monroe Moccasins. If you've seen the clips on our new socials, definitely you're going to want to be there. It's going to be some scores getting settled, and the Breakers have a taste for blood after they came back, but then Monroe pulled away late. We'll talk more about the game soon, but let's talk training camp as well, Cole. We kind of got a lot to cover, of course, but we had training camp in Lafayette. What was it like just getting to meet your new teammates and starting to gel with them?
Yeah, it was awesome. I mean, it would have been nice to be back home here in Biloxi, but it was cool to kind of be on the road. Everyone got to click together, you know, sharing the hotel rooms, having fun. There was a lot of chill going on, but no, it was awesome. It's different playing hockey in the South, so I was a little bit to get used to the ice, but other than that, no, it was awesome.
Especially coming from Canada, I mean, it's even further south.
100%, yeah. Even in the summers there, it doesn't get hot as hot as it gets here, but no, it was good. Guys are rolling. We made some cuts, got some new guys. We're building. To see what we had right off the hop, and like you said, just chemming with the guys. It's always nice to see some Ontario fellas, so I've been chilling with them a lot, and then meet some new faces, and yeah, it was a lot of fun.
And you spoke a little bit about how Coach Pence is trying to build the team. What kind of culture is he looking to instill within this Breakers locker room?
I think the biggest thing is kind of everyone's equal. I shouldn't say no one's safe, but it's like, you know, you got to earn that spot every single day, which I think that's where in pro hockey it is. Every single team has that kind of identity, but we're trying to really build on that. And yeah, I think piece by piece, we're putting the puzzle together, and to get that first game under our belt and get a few in the back of the net was good. And then going forward, yeah, we're just building every day. Again, the chem, right? It's a brand new team. There's maybe, 3 returners. So it takes a little bit of time, but I think we'll get rolling real soon here.
Let's talk about you personally a little bit here. What went into your decision to want to come play for Coach Penn's here in Biloxi? What made the opportunity, after everything that happened last year, enticing to want to pull you in?
My biggest thing was just trying to find a spot that I really fit into, where I could be used and show my attributes and get enough playing time to get those reps in. I mean, kind of like what you said, what you went through is, I only played 2 years of junior and a year of school, and then my first year pro. And first year pro, it's, a lot of learning. So I took what I got from last year and then brought it into my summer, trained hard, talked to some people, got some advice, and it kind of just all worked out, and everything fell into my hands to come here, and I thought it was the right fit. And yeah, no, super happy to be here, yeah.
I am too. It's going to be a great season of Breakers hockey, but Cole, we'll wrap up with you here. Just what's your message to the fans going forward, of course? A couple more weeks until our home opening game, but what is Cole Crowder's message to Breaker Nation?
My message to the fans will be, get in the seats. Home games, let's have a lot of fun. Gotta love when it's loud in there. Like you said, with the 9,000 seats, let's pack it up as much as we can. You're not going to want to miss it. We got a great squad here, and we're building every day on that. And yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. We got a new logo. I love the logo, so little change in the area. And no, be in the seats. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're looking to make a big push this year. So yeah.
You heard it from Cole Crowder. We're much looking forward to it. I'll be back to wrap up this episode of Breaker Banter, but Cole, thanks so much for your time.
Of course, thanks for having me.
Thanks so much to Breakers forward Cole Crowder for joining me on the show here today. What a blast to have him on and share some pretty cool stories. Hope you had some laughs with me and Cole. Excited to see what number 19 does for the Breakers this season. Breakers will be back in action this weekend, Friday and Saturday, 7:05 p.m. from the Stormont Vale Events Center and Landon Arena in Topeka, Kansas. It will be the Topeka Scarecrows home opening game, so definitely one you will want to watch. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is Breakers FPHL. You can follow us on there, and we will have coverage of the games for you on both YouTube and Sportfeed this weekend. Our apologies for all the technical difficulties in Monroe last weekend. Of course, it's game one. It's going to happen, but we've learned from it. Everything's ironed out already. We had that done Monday, and we're ready to bring you the best production on Breakers TV coming up in just a few short days. But the Breakers, 0-1, will head to Topeka for 2, looking for their first win in franchise history. We'll see if they can pull it off. Hope you can join us on Breakers TV this weekend, but that wraps it up for another episode of Breaker Banter.